Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, I know. I am here though now, and I have been very intentionally restructuring the way that I create and the way that I create things that would be deemed as online content, because in my life I have very much used this platform as a way to seek external validation. And so upon realizing that, I have been very consciously taking a step back and trying to realign myself with a intention behind creating that actually feels to be more in integrity with me. So yeah, today I was just going through my own thing and this idea for a video came through, and I feel like the best, most exciting video ideas to me and the things that I want to talk about most are often just things that I'm processing in real time in my life, and to be able to verbalize that in the raw moment feels really useful to me, both for myself, but also I feel like for anyone who's receiving this video, it could help as well for anyone moving through the same thing. So today's topic is, we're just going to be discussing the difference between giving from overflow versus giving to gain something. And some of the context, the basic, or I guess the general situation that has arisen in my life that has led to me processing this topic today in my own conceptual mind world, was this realization that I had that when I create an offering, or when I create a program, or just anything that I have made, if I create something and I want to sell it, I have this inclination to give away free spots, or gifted spots. So giving away my course for free, or giving away places in my liberated mystery school space for free. And I just realized that today that way of giving is not actually in alignment with how I actually want to be giving, because the intention behind me giving away those types of spaces, so if I create a program and I want to sell it, instead of inviting people that I would feel were a good fit for what I created, instead of offering to sell it to them, which is what I feel like I really want to be doing, out of just a trauma response, or just out of fear of them not, or them rejecting me, or them rejecting the product, I would just not do that, and instead just gift them the space instead. And it's kind of catching up with me now, because what happens is that I've noticed that this cycle, it's kind of this thing where I feel really good about giving away whatever I'm giving away in the moment, but then over time a resentment builds, which ends up with me just kind of unplugging completely from that product or service or offering. So it's for example, with if I created a program and I gave away a lot of spaces to that program for free, and then I was offering myself in that space, etc., over time, because I'm not receiving an equal energy exchange back, I end up feeling burnt out, and then I just want to completely unplug from that program, or I just want to close out that program. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I've been processing in my life today, and it just made me think about that there is a distinction when we give, because there's a very pure type of beautiful giving when we feel so beautifully full of life, we feel so full, and we choose to give some of what we have because we already have more than enough. So it's we're giving from overflow, and that kind of giving is so beautiful and so like it feels so good when you're doing it as well. And that feeling of goodness sustains itself over a period of time. But the version of giving that I'm speaking about today specifically, and the one that I was like very much engaged in, was giving to gain something, you know? So giving someone something with a specific agenda in mind. So when it comes to my programs and the offerings that I create, when I give free spaces, I'm not giving because I'm like, oh, there's so many people already in the space and like, I don't really need you to buy it, whatever. So here, have it. I'm so like yummy and overflowed. So here, like just take it. It's totally good. Instead of coming from that energy, me giving away spaces to my programs and my offerings and my products and things, it was more from like, oh, okay, so if I give this to this person, then they're going to be present in the space and they're going to help create more value in the space for me so that I can sell it easier later on. You know, so first of all, there's an agenda present where I'm giving because I need to gain something from this person. So it's not as clean as it may seem. Secondly, I am also giving because I inherently do not feel enough. And so from that sense of unworthiness, I'm trying to compensate, you know, by bringing other people into this space, or like, you know what I'm saying? So that was just like an energetic dichotomy. I don't know if that's exactly the word to use, but just like this concept coming through of that there is a difference when it comes to giving. There is a clean version of giving where you're giving to give with not expecting anything in return. And then there's a version of giving where you are actually giving because you are looking to gain something. And that is not as clean. And that the feeling of goodness that you get from giving in that way, it loses its like the feel goodness shrinks over time, you know, because it catches up to you, that misaligned intention. So yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to share today. And I guess the invitation then for you is to kind of look in your life, and if you are someone that identifies as a very giving person, try to look at whether when you are you giving because you are seeking love or validation, or you're trying to get something from the people that you are giving to, or are you giving because you are just so overflowing with that love and validation? It's like you're so like self-sustained within yourself that you just want to like spread that from like within, you know, because you have so much, you just want to share it. So yeah, it's I feel like this also very much ties into the realm of like people pleasing and over giving, you know, because one of the telltale signs that you are giving to gain something is that if you're giving to like gain something and then you don't actually gain that thing that you wanted or expected, and your agenda is not fulfilled, you end up feeling like in your body, this feeling of resentment begins growing, or like a feeling of bitterness, or a feeling of just like being burnt out. So if you are feeling any of those things, I invite you to look at the different areas of your life where you are giving and see if that giving is coming from a place of true like alignment, or from a kind of scarcity, like from a need to gain something. Yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. This video felt very in flow as well, because it was very not forced. So yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I love you so much.